If you're visiting Universal Epic Universe, but you don't have early park admission, it could seem very stressful and overwhelming. Well, that's why in today's video, I'm giving you the ultimate guide to doing Epic Universe without early park admission. This is the general admission itinerary. So you can hit every major world of Epic Universe in just one day. If you're planning a trip to Universal Orlando this year, or like theme parks, sports games, and just fun adventures, then be sure to subscribe to the Krystal Palace and give this video a thumbs up before we get started and I share how you can do early park admission without early park admission. So first, what is early park admission before we get into it? Early park admission means that you can enter Epic Universe or any other Universal park 1 hour before it officially opens to the public. How do you get early park admission? Well, by staying at a Universal Orlando hotel or having an annual pass over at Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida. If you're an annual pass holder, early park admission does not work at Epic Universe for you. There's also some select tickets from travel agencies that you can get early park admission, but the main one is staying on site at a Universal Orlando hotel. So if you're not doing that, then what do? Because all of the plans out there, all of the itineraries, even the one that I created right here, 1 day itinerary to Epic Universe, includes EPA. I'm just gonna call it EPA because if I say early park admission a million times, I'm gonna go crazy. So what do you do if you don't have EPA, if you're staying off site? And be sure to stay tuned because I'll be giving you a full hour by hour itinerary of doing Epic Universe without EPA. First and foremost, arrival time is everything. Epic Universe typically opens at 10 a.m. So let's say that's the case for the sake of this itinerary. That would mean early park admission begins at 9 a.m. And if you're visiting with early park admission, that would mean that you should get there by 8:15. As soon as you possibly can. Now, if you don't have early park admission, the pro tip is that you could still get there just as early as everybody else. And it might play to your advantage because even though you don't have EPA, you can still get into Epic Universe through security without it. The difference is that, of course, you can't ride any rides or go into any of the worlds, but you can go into Celestial Park, get Starbucks, or go to the main stores, Other Worlds Mercantile, which is smart if you want to get a power-up band. I would do that during this time, have someone wait online to enter the worlds, and then you go and get your power-up band so you don't waste time in Super Nintendo World when you get there, if you want one. So if you don't have EPA, when you enter the gates and through security, you'll be pushed to the left side where all the guests that don't have EPA will stand and wait. And they'll know the difference because you'll have to show your room key to get on any of the rides or enter any of the worlds. What do you do when the clock strikes 10? Now, you have to remember, a lot of people will already be in the worlds of Epic Universe. For instance, this morning during EPA at 9:30 a.m., Dragon's Racers Rally was a 10-minute wait. Hiccup's Swing Gliders, 15-minute wait. Battle at the Ministry was already a 75-minute wait. Mario Kart was 25. Minecart was 50 minutes. Stardust was 5. And Yoshi was 5. 75 minutes and 50 minutes. That's a pretty good wait for that being an hour before the park actually opens. So if you don't have EPA, what do you do first? I personally would highly suggest avoiding Nintendo World if you don't have EPA because most guests are going to go right there with Mario Kart, which is always a very long wait. Minecart, one of the most popular rides in the park, and it doesn't have great capacity. And then there's Yoshi's Adventure there too. But a lot of people will hit that in the morning, especially families with young children who want to go and enjoy Nintendo World for most of the day. They're going to start there in the morning. If you're a thrill seeker, you might want to head to Stardust Racers. As you saw this morning, it was only a 5-minute wait for a Tuesday in June, which is pretty good for midway through early park admission. This way, you can ride Stardust Racers multiple times, and you're going to want to because Stardust Racer has 2 tracks, yellow and green, and that gives you a little different ride experience. If you've been on it, let me know which side you like more. I personally am a fan of yellow. Once you get off Stardust Racers, you can head over to Dark Universe and do Monsters Unchained and Curse of the Werewolf, another coaster. Now, what I would personally do if I didn't have EPA, and what I would recommend, is going to the Isle of Burke first. Now, the thing about early park admission at Epic Universe is, although the lands might be open, is that you don't know exactly which rides are going to be open on what day. It all depends on what rides are up and running. They don't have a solid list. It's not like Islands of Adventure where you know Hagrid's, Velocicoaster, Forbidden Journey, Flight of the Hippogriff, those are open. Unless it goes down, it goes down, but you know those are the ones that are open. At Epic Universe, it just says select attractions in Super Nintendo World, Harry Potter, Isle of Burke. It doesn't say exactly what rides, but that's why if you do How to Train Your Dragon first, say Hiccup Swing Gliders is down, at least you have 2 other rides. And by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, opening time, the chances that the rides that were down during early park admission are up are very, very good. So you could be the first one on that ride for the day. But the reason why I would recommend Isle of Burke for early park admission is that during EPA, those wait times are pretty low. Plus, so by the time you get there, it shouldn't be too bad. Plus, Fire Drill usually doesn't open with early park admission, and it will be definitely one of the least crowded areas. That and Dark Universe, of course, but I say to skip Dark Universe right in the morning because the wait times will go down later in the day, especially for Monsters Unchained, because that is a capacity beast. And my favorite ride there. If you choose the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, that only has 1 attraction, and just be warned that it could have a 90+ minute wait right in the morning because it will most likely be open during early park admission. Now it's time for the official Krystal Palace Epic Universe without early park admission itinerary. Now this is based on the average wait times, so don't get mad at me if the wait times aren't like this when you go. It's very official because I have my itinerary here on Post-it notes. So that's when you know it's a real one. 10 a.m. you are going to go to Hiccup Swing Gliders with an average wait time of 30 minutes. Then at 10:30, now you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit because you know it takes some time to walk, but just so you get the general idea, we do have a few hours at the end of the day that will make up for the time in between, you know. 10:30, then you head on Dragon's Racers Rally, which has a average wait time of 25 minutes. 10:50, Fire Drill, 20 minutes, and boom, you are done with all of the rides in Isle of Burke. Now, if you want to meet Toothless, this itinerary is focused on the rides and the shows, not so much the meet and greets, but if you want to meet Toothless, your best time to do that is looking like it's around 3 to 5 p.m. as the waits will be average 45 minutes then. So you can go back and do that then. But then you're gonna head over to 11 a.m. to Stardust Racers, which will be about a 20-minute wait. After that, hop on the Constellation Carousel, another 20-minute wait. Then we're gonna slow down a little bit because this is gonna be the peak wait times at 11:50. I would personally go and see a show. Go and see The Untrainable Dragon, and if you wanna meet Toothless, hop in line for that. Then at 12:30, have lunch. 1 p.m., Monsters Unchained, 20-minute wait. 1:20, Curse of the Werewolf. This will be about a 40-minute wait. 2 p.m., Battle at the Ministry. You're going to have to suck it up and wait in a 90-minute wait because really it's either you do it now or you do it and wait till the very end of the night, hop in line, but sometimes it will reach capacity. They'll close the line down early if the capacity is too high. You don't want to miss it, then this is when I would do it, is at 2 p.m. 3:30, see the show, Les Cirque Arcanu in Wizarding World. Then at 4 p.m., have yourself a snack. 5 p.m., hop over to Super Nintendo World. Yoshi's will be about a 20-minute wait at that point. 5:30, Mario Kart, 60 minutes, which is pretty much the lowest you're gonna see it. 6:30, have yourself some dinner. Maybe hop in the Toadstool Cafe. It's adorable. Ride Minecart Madness after. Then you have some free time, which you can make up for any of the lost time here. Re-ride any of your favorite rides, meet some characters, do some shopping. This is just a general idea so you can get an idea of the timeline. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots. Housewives fans know. And don't forget, if you want to save time when you grab a quick bite to eat, be sure to use the Universal Orlando app to mobile order your food. It'll save you a lot of time. For example, in the Isle of Burke, you can mobile order your mac and cheese cones. This is a little pro tip from Spitfire Grill. Instead of just waiting outside grog and grill in the hot Florida sun, mobile order, save yourself some time. Now, after 3 p.m., this is Epic Universe's golden hour because families start to leave with their young kids and everything just kind of calms down a lot, especially the later in the night it gets. The ride wait times will drop like crazy. So here are some more nighttime strategies. For rides like Mario Kart and Monsters Unchained, if you want to hop in the single rider line, that would be great, especially for Monsters Unchained. You'll be waiting like super quick, but you will miss most of the queue experience. If that's something that you want to see, then I would just suggest hopping in line when the wait time drops for that. Another tip is to save some of the longer wait times for night. Mario Kart, Battle at the Ministry. If you don't mind possibly not getting on it just in case the ride goes down or they close the line early, then you can wait until right before the park closes to hop in line for those and the wait times will be shorter. Last but not least, remember that flexibility is key. The rides may be down. Something might happen. Weather might come up. Another big tip is that you are going to want to keep in mind if you're visiting in the summer that maybe you want to do the indoor attractions in the afternoon. Like my itinerary has Monsters Unchained at 1 p.m. because the chances of it raining in Orlando in the summer around the afternoon time, it's pretty high. So in this itinerary, you're gonna get Stardust Racers done in the morning, so you won't have to worry about that going down due to weather. Just keep this in mind. You don't have to plan your whole day around it just in case it doesn't rain, but keep that in mind if you have an outdoor ride that you really want to do. So when you're there, monitor the Universal app, look at wait times. You could set wait time alerts on the Universal app, but don't chase low wait times. If you're over in Super Nintendo World and you see Battle at the Ministry go down to a 60-minute wait, don't try to run over there and go and get that 60-minute wait because the chances of it still being a 60-minute wait when you get there are very low. So can you do Epic Universe without early park admission? Yes, you definitely can, but I will say EPA is a huge advantage, and I would definitely recommend staying at a Universal Orlando resort for that perk alone. 1 hour can really make a difference in your park day, but if you don't, as you can see, if all goes right, you could do Epic in 1 day still. Because the park doesn't close until like 10 p.m., which is great, and I hope it always stays open late. Plus, starting July 7th, there will be a little celestial goodnight show with fireworks. So you're gonna wanna stay till the end of the day. That is the best time to be in Epic Universe. KP important tip right there. Stay until nighttime. Low wait times, the lights come on, it's beautiful. Let me know in the comments what is your must-do ride when you visit Epic Universe, and be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy vacation planning.